Hello, and welcome to the course. Hi, I'm so excited to have you here. My name is Ken Suleiman, and I am one of your co-instructors for this course. And I just wanted to take a minute to introduce everyone to you and share with you what are you going to learn in this course. Welcome to Digital Marketing for Beginners, the complete beginner-friendly guide. Well, I hope you're excited, but it's also time to meet your instructors and get to know them just a little better. Meet Helen. Helen is a creative director and business consultant for Fortune 500 companies and has over 25 years of experience in business development, marketing, creative products, digital technology products, and nonprofits, and so much more. Her goal in life is to help as many people as possible achieve their highest potential by helping them realize their strength and passion. And in this course, Helen is teaching you get your social media game on point, how to set yourself up for success. Meet Yasmin. Yasmin is a best-selling and award-winning author of Tiny Time Big Results, where she teaches business owners and entrepreneurs how to grow their five-figure online business through magnetic messaging, leveraged offers, simple systems, and aligned energy, working 20 hours a week or less, which means you create a business that gives you more freedom, money, and impact. And in this course, Yasmin is teaching you the power of potent messaging. And if we haven't met yet, I'm Ken Suleiman. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur, and I teach you how to master your business skills and personal growth skills. And in this course, I'll be teaching you how to create your first marketing calendar. I hope you're as excited as I am to get you started with the course. But before we start, I actually want to tell you that you didn't just join just another course. You're part of a community now, and we call it the Empowered Community. And the Empowered Community stands for, it's actually an acronym, and it stands for Educated. We are forever learners. We love to explore new things and have more and more skills. Motivated. We are learning all these skills because it's part of our journey to discovering ourselves. Positive. We have a positive mindset and we love to uplift and support each other. Organized-ish. We love being organized, but we know that things won't be 100% organized and flawless all the time. We enjoy trying new systems and embrace the mess as part of our journey. Wholehearted. We do everything in life with heart. Energetic. We keep our vibrations high and always protect our energy. Resilient. If we fall down, we bounce back no matter how long it takes and how many times we fall. Encouraging. We love to inspire the world around us and be a voice that tells people they can do anything they want. And dedicated. We're here to stay and make magic. And when we learn something new, we don't stop till we master it. So now, I want you to come say hello to all of us. We're building this community together in 2023, and I cannot wait to see all of you come together from all across the world to connect and become that empowered community that empowers the world. Also, I want you to tell us, which team are you? Team note takers. These are the incredible humans who like to take notes of everything they study and they like to share their notes in the most beautiful way. Or are you team list makers, who are the people who like to make lists of things that they want to do after watching each module of the course? Or are you the finish line chaser? You are tracking every step you're taking, every lesson you're finishing until you finish the course and finish the action plan for it to actually go ahead and implement what you just studied. Whichever team you are most welcome here, and there are actually some surprises for you in the resources with this lecture, so you can go ahead and grab them in order to make the most out of being in your team. So with that said, all I want you to do now is come say hello in the Q&A section, let us know which team are you, and get started with the course. I'll see you on the next one. Did you know that in this course, you don't actually just get the content of the course, you actually get more tips and more content from all of your instructors in the announcement section? Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. And also, did you know that this course comes with a certificate of completion that has your name on it and the name of your instructor or instructors, and that you can download and share on social media to share with the world that you're learning something and showing up for your dreams today? All you need to do is to finish the course and you'll find your certificate unlocked. You can then share it with everyone everywhere. And of course, if you're more like to do things in a fancy way like I do, I sometimes actually print out my certificates and add them to my planner or hang them in my office. So maybe that's something worth trying. Oh, I forgot to mention, did you know that you can actually unlock some really cool badges just finishing the course, going through the content, taking action, and being part of the community? On the screen right now, you can see all of the badges that you can win. With each badge is unlocked with a certain mission, and you can collect as many of them as you like. And of course, you can go for them all if you want to. So let me explain to you just a little bit more about what each badge is for. So actually, you just already unlocked your first badge, the Start Star badge. This is for you because you started watching the course videos. So you can go ahead and check the resources with this lecture to find your celebration post and go post it in the Q&A section so we can all celebrate that you started the course today. Then your next goal is going to get the halfway there badge. This is going to be unlockable for you when you reach 50% of the course. Again, you will find the celebration posts ready for you in the resources section with this lecture. So every time you reach a new goal and you know you got the badge, you go ahead and celebrate with us in the Q&A section so we can all cheer you on. Then we have the finisher badge. This is for you when you finish the course and you can come and celebrate with us in the Q&A section. Then there's the action taker badge. This is for you when you start taking the first step of action after finishing the course. Then we have the magic maker badge. This is going to be to celebrate your first result that you got out of this course. Whenever you get that first result, take that celebration post it to the Q&A section and let us know what result did you get. Then we have the Super Learner badge, and this one is going to be unlocked for you when you share your notes with the rest of the course students in the Q&A section. So whenever you take some notes or you have an aha moment that you want to share with everyone, make sure to grab that image from the resources and post it to the Q&A section and share your aha moment with us. And last but not least, the supporter badge is for you when you help someone else in the community. So if you take a look at the Q&A section and you find a question that someone else is asking and that you can help answer, once you do that and once you help someone else in the community, you will get this badge as well. All of the celebration images of these badges are in the resources section. Go ahead and download them. And every time you unlock a new badge for yourself, come and celebrate with us inside the Q&A section. So, how many badges are you planning to collect? Every time you collect a new badge, please come and share it in the Q&A section. Not only will that help us all know and celebrate you, but it also is going to encourage other members of the Empowered community to do the same. And this is why we're doing this, to connect with each other and join each other's journey to mastering our skills and making a change and an impact in the world. So, thank you so much. I cannot wait to see all the badges you're going to unlock. I'll see you on the next video.
Hi, welcome to the course. This is the course on how to digital marketing for beginners. Get your social media game on point, setting yourself up for success, presented by Helen Ross. A little bit about the instructor. Hello there, my name is Helen Ross, and I am thrilled to have the opportunity to connect with all of you. As you may know, I have spent over 25 years working with multi-million-dollar companies and Fortune 500 companies, helping them to achieve their business goals and aspirations. From marketing to digital and technology products, I have seen it all, but what really lights me up is helping entrepreneurs achieve their dreams, whether it's building their business online or in a brick and mortar store. I love helping people turn their passions into reality. My goal in life is to help as many people as possible achieve their highest potential. I am honored to be able to share my knowledge and expertise with you. So let's get started on the journey to your dream life and entrepreneurship reality. Together, we can definitely make it happen. Introduction for the course. Social media is a powerful tool that can be used to reach a wide audience and promote your business. However, it can be difficult to know where to start. This course will teach you the basics of social media marketing and how to use it to achieve your business goals. What is social media marketing? Social media marketing is the use of social media platforms to promote your business. This can be done by creating and sharing content, running ads, and engaging with your audience. Why is social media marketing important? It's important because it allows you to reach a large audience with your message. It is also a cost-effective way to market your business. How to get started with social media marketing. The first step to getting started with social media marketing is to choose the right platforms. Not all social media platforms are created equal, so some platforms are better suited for certain businesses than others. Once you have chosen the right platforms, you need to create a content strategy. This means deciding what type of content you will share, how often you will share it, and where you will share it. You also need to set goals for your social media marketing campaign. What do you want to achieve with your social media marketing? Do you want to increase brand awareness, generate leads, or drive more sales? So let's dive in, and here are the problems that we will help solve today. So not knowing where to start. There are so many different social media platforms, and it can be difficult to know which ones are right for your business without a plan. It's easy to get overwhelmed and give up. Another problem is not knowing what to post. Once you've chosen the right platforms, you still need to figure out what to post. It's important to create content that is relevant to your target audience and that will engage them. Without a strategy, it's easy to post content that falls flat. Another problem is people not measuring their results. It's important to track your results so you can see what's working and what's not. Without data, it's difficult to make necessary adjustments to your strategy. So what we've done here is we have provided 20 tips below to help new social media marketers avoid these problems and challenges. By following the tips, entrepreneurs can learn how to choose the right platforms, create engaging content, and measure their results. This will help them to create a successful social media marketing campaign. All right, here are the 20 tips. Let's begin. Know your audience. Who are you trying to reach with your social media content? What are their interests? What do you want them to see? Once you know your audience, you can tailor your content to appeal to them. Be consistent. Post new content on a regular basis. This will help you keep your audience engaged and coming back for more. Use high quality images and videos. People are more likely to engage with content that is visually appealing. Use hashtags. Hashtags are a great way to get your content seen by more people. When you use relevant hashtags, your posts will show up in search results for those hashtags. Run contests and giveaways. Contests and giveaways are a great way to generate excitement and engagement around your brand. Collaborate with other influencers. Collaborating with other influencers is a great way to reach a new audience. When you collaborate with another influencer, you can cross-promote each other's content to your respective audiences. Use social media analytics. Social media analytics can help you track your progress and see what's working and what's not. This information can help you adjust your strategy as needed. Be yourself. People can spot a fake from a mile away. Be authentic and genuine in your social media presence. People will appreciate it and be more likely to connect with you. Don't be afraid to experiment. There are no right way to use social media at all. Experiment with different types of content and use what works best for you and your audience. Have fun. Social media should be enjoyable. If you're not having fun, your audience won't either. So don't take yourself too seriously. Use social media templates. Social media templates can save you time and help you create high quality content that is consistent with your brand. Use a social media scheduler. A social media scheduler can help you plan and schedule your content in advance. This will free up your time so you can focus on other things. Use a social media analytics tool. A social media analytics tool can help you track your progress and see what's working and what's not. This information can help you adjust your strategy as needed. Use social media ads. Social media ads can help you reach a wider audience and promote your products or services. However, this is not recommended for you to start off with if you are a total newbie to social media. You should try to organically grow your platforms first before you commit to any ad spend. Be patient. It takes time to build a successful social media presence. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. Just keep at it and you will eventually see success. The average social media users typically see results in 6 to 12 months. I know that sounds really long, but again, we're trying to do this organically first and then ads. If you do ads, it might speed it up a little bit, but it could also backfire on you and you can end up spending a lot of money in ad spends and not get the results you want. So before you go the paid traffic route, I highly suggest that you try the organic route first to see if there's any traction, to see if there's any interest in your topics or what you're offering before you start paying a lot of money for ads. So that's why you have to be patient, okay? Don't give up. There will be times when you want to give up, but don't. Just keep at it and you will eventually see success. Obviously, this is a lot harder to do than to say, but with anything in life, don't quit, don't give up, just keep at it. Trust the process. There are millions of people who have done the same process that I'm teaching you right now, and they're the same reason why they are successful is because they follow all of these tips, right? They are patient, they don't give up, they keep at it. So you should do the same. Be positive. People are drawn to positive people. So be sure to project a positive attitude on social media. Nobody wants to hang out with somebody who's morose or depressed or just a negative person all the time, right? So you want to be positive and lively and fun to be around with, and people watch you or follow you because they like your personality, they like what you have to say, they like what you have to offer. So make it fun and positive. Be helpful. People appreciate it when you are helpful and provide value to them. So be sure to share helpful content on social media. Be responsive. People appreciate it when you respond to their comments and questions. So be sure to be responsive to your audience on social media. It gives it a more human aspect when you respond to your audience, and it actually hikes up your engagement analytics. And then that tells all of the platforms that, hey, this person's engaging with their audience and the audience is engaging back. And so then it's a whole cycle where they will feed your content more, and then you'll get more engagement, and then they'll feed it more and you get more. So it's like a situation where it goes around and it's a give and take. And so you want to be responsive to your audience. Be yourself. People can spot a fake from a mile away, so be sure to be authentic and genuine on social media. All right, so now let's talk about how these 20 tips can help overcome all the problems that we've talked earlier, all right? So the first problem we talked about was not knowing where to start. Well, if you choose the right platforms, this will help you to focus your efforts and avoid spreading yourself too thin. And then you can create a content calendar. This will help you to plan your content in advance and avoid scrambling to come up with ideas at the last minute. And set goals. This will help you to stay focused and track your progress. All right, so not knowing what to post. We've talked about this. You create a content strategy. This will help you to determine the type of content that you will share, how often you will share it, and where you will share it. Use social media analytics to track your results. This will help you to see what content is resonating with your audience and what content is not. And also be creative. There are endless possibilities when it comes to social media content. Don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. And the last problem that we touched on was people not measuring their results. So how we combat this is we use social media analytics to track our results. This will help you to see what is working and what is not working and adjust your strategy as needed. Once you have a good understanding of your results, you can adjust your strategy accordingly. And also be patient. It takes time to see results from social media marketing. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. All right? So, by following these tips, I hope you can overcome the 3 most common problems that we just talked about that new people or everyday entrepreneur face when they're using social media marketing. And hopefully, these tips will help you create a successful social media marketing campaign.
Hello there and welcome to Digital Marketing for Beginners. Today we're going to be looking at the power of potent messaging. My name is Yasmin Vorajee and I'm the creator of Tiny Time Big Results. And before we get into potent messaging, I just want to introduce myself for you haven't met before. So I'm the #1 best-selling and award-winning author of Tiny Time Big Results. And I teach business owners, service business owners, coaches, consultants, healers, educators on how to have a profitable, thriving business working 20 hours a week or less. And how I do that is I teach you how to attract premium clients with a captivating and magnetic marketing message. So you can probably appreciate why this topic is so important to me, because this is what I've discovered in my business, that when you don't have a potent message, and I'll talk to you more about what that looks like and what that is, then it's really hard to build traction, gain momentum, and attract those clients and the sales because it all starts with that potent message. So, what is potent messaging? What does this mean? So, it's another way of talking about a powerful message. And I've been in business for 11 years, over 11 years. And one of the things that I have really discovered in business, and I think this is true of so much of life, is that how we talk about what we do is severely underestimated. Okay, it's severely underestimated because we don't give it the credence that it really deserves. Because this is at the heart of your business. If you are building a house from scratch, the first thing you would not do is decide on what kind of curtains you're going to have or what kind of blinds. You're not going to be deciding how you're going to decorate the house. You're going to be planning the space. You're going to be thinking about building a strong foundation so that your house will remain upright and it won't crumble around you. And this is the same for your messaging, that when it comes to your business, everything starts with your message. And honestly, when I first started, I probably spent about 2 years just wandering around in messaging wilderness because I could not just grasp how important this was. I severely underestimated the power of messaging. And it's important in digital marketing because we have to grab the attention of our audience. And if you are not able to do that, then it makes it very difficult to build that traction. I often get requests from people like, help, asking them to help them with their messaging. And, I'll give my advice and they, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to exclude people. I don't want to narrow it down. There's all this resistance that people put up. And the truth is, though, the problem is that there's so much noise, and especially when it comes to digital marketing, there's so much noise out there that your message has to cut across all of that. And if it doesn't, then it just means that you fade into the background, you don't stand out, And when you don't stand out, it's really hard to attract those clients. And particularly because I have, I really emphasize around attracting premium clients, you definitely don't get heard by the people that you really want to hear your message. So you might be thinking, okay, so how do I know if my message is potent? Okay. And so I want you to think about, does your message come across as a message that pops, a message that's impactful? When you tell people what it is that you do they lean in and say, "Oh, that sounds amazing. Tell me more, Yasmin." Do they, are they like hanging on to your every word? And when you know that your message is potent, you will get such a great reaction. They'll be like, "Oh my God, that is exactly what I need. Oh my God, that is just amazing. That's brilliant. How did you come up with that? That is so needed." There's going to be lots and lots of great signals that your message is potent. But if your message is bland, it's generic, it's vague, you're using big fluffy words, and examples include, and there's no judgment if you're using this, but I just want you to know that this is stopping your messaging from being as potent as possible. If you're talking about stepping into your greatness, or living your best life, or fulfilling your potential, all those kinds of buzzwords that you probably hear a lot of people saying, then that is actually diluting your message. Okay, it's stopping your message from really hitting home and from people really getting a sense of what it is that you do. And I feel really, really, really strongly about this, because you want to have that potent message, because everything starts from there. If you meet someone at a networking event and they hear your message and they're like, "Oh my God, that's amazing. I want to know more. Do you have a website? Are you on social media?" This is the reaction that you want. Okay. So let's think about what makes your message irresistible. What makes someone lean in and say, "Tell me more"? They're like my 3 favorite words when it comes to marketing. It's like, "Tell me more" means they're now inviting you into their world. You're not just blasting out messaging and hoping that someone hears it. You're actually inviting people into your world, and they are willingly coming into your world because they find your message irresistible. So what makes your message irresistible? When your messaging is clear on what you do and who you do it for, boom, this is when your messaging is irresistible. This is the power of a potent message. This is a potent message. Because when you're clear on the problem that you solve for your dream client, the who you want to work with, and they get it, then now you've got their attention. Now they want to know more. Okay. But so many people's message, I literally can look at a website and within 30 seconds, actually less than that, I can tell you whether they're getting clients or not getting clients. I can tell you if they are struggling or if they're not, right? Because I want to know, what is it that you do and who do you do it for? What I don't want is a bunch of words, word salad, if you like. You want to be really clear. And a magnetic marketing message is memorable and it's repeatable. Okay. You want people to remember what you've said, and you want them to be able to repeat it to other people. Because remember, not everyone that you speak to is going to be your ideal client, but I bet you any money they know someone who would be perfect for your business. And that's the person that you really want to attract. So for the purpose of this course, what I wanted to do was to show you and take you through my 3-step process. And when it comes to your digital marketing business, your career, and you're thinking about your potent message, what you want to be thinking about when it comes to your messaging is 3 things. You want to be able to hook the attention of your ideal client. You want to be able to hold it, and you want to be able to move it as well. So what does this all mean? Let me explain it to you. Let's look at number 1. Okay, hook it. In order to get their attention, you have to hook it. Okay. And this is what I call the 5-second race. So if you meet someone at an event or a conference, whatever it might be, and someone says, "What is it that you do, Yasmin?" And I say, "I'm a premium messaging coach, and I teach coaches, consultants, service business owners how to attract premium clients with a magnetic marketing message. Instantly, people are going to get it, and they're going to say either, oh, that's me, or I need that, or I know someone who needs that, or you should meet this person, you'd be great collaborators. In that 5 seconds, you want to grab their attention. Now, what I see a lot of people doing is that they start talking about what they do. They lead with their modality. They're like, oh, and I use EFT, and oh, that's emotional freedom techniques, if you're not familiar with that term, or I'm a hypnotherapist, or I'm a kinesiologist, or I'm a, whatever it might be. And what people do is they lead with their modality, how they do what they do, instead of leading with what it is that they actually do and who they do it for. So when you're looking at your messaging, I want you to really cast a good eye over it and say, am I hooking their attention? If I said what it is that I do, I was able to say it articulately, clearly, concisely, are they going to get it? Is it going to be memorable? And is it going to be repeatable? And then the next thing you want to be doing is you want to be able to hold their attention. Okay. You don't want them just to land on your social media or your website and then just bounce straight back off it. You want to be able to hold their attention, make it sticky. So this is in the way that you actually create your content. Okay, so where they read your content and they're like, oh my God, this is me. How does she know me? Oh my God, it's like she's in my head. Oh my God, it's like he was eavesdropping on that conversation that I just had, right? And this is the power of really compelling content when you're able to make your message stick and they want to hang around, they want to read more, they want to consume more. And typically when someone comes into your world, they need like 7 to 11 touches. And actually it's more now, before they actually, trust you enough to be able to make a purchase. And those 7 to 11 interactions could be a blog, it could be a video, it could be a social media post. So it's not like that they are on 7 to 11 different times, but it's just that you're giving them lots of different ways to stick into your world. Okay. And when they stick, right, that's a good thing because they're hanging around. You don't want them to bounce away and just go and find somebody else. You want them to stick into your world. Then what you do is you want to move it. And this is where you inspire them to actually move into action. So this is where you bring them more into your world, and now they're in your orbit. Now they're in your ecosystem and they're looking at what you have to offer. Maybe you have some digital products, maybe you have coaching packages, maybe you have consulting services, done for you services, whatever it is that you're offering. Your messaging is inspiring them to actually move into action. And this is what a potent message can do for you. Okay, it hooks them, it holds their attention, and it inspires them to move into action. It all starts with your messaging, from the initial introduction into your business, through the way that you talk about what it is you do and who you do it for, what your offers are. So like messaging around your offers is incredibly important. Why should they buy your course? Why should they buy your service? Because if you're not able to message that in a way that really makes them go, oh my God, I need that course. That's going to be perfect. That's exactly what I need. Then they're not going to be inspired to move. And that's what you want. You don't just want people coming into your world and going, oh my God, Yasmin, you've got amazing content. You want them to take the next step. Whether that's to sign up for your freebie, your lead magnet, or to buy something that's maybe low ticket, or to come in and actually do a higher price program or a course with you. That's what you want. That's the whole point of your messaging, is that you want to be able to draw them in and turn them into a paying client. So now it's your turn. Okay. This is the place where I want you to now think about your messaging. And this is the one thing that I want you to look at in your messaging. Okay. I want you to ask yourself this question. In my message, am I clear? Am I clearly articulating what it is I do and who I do it for? Okay. And if you're comfortable and you're like going, yes, Yasmin, this is like 100% perfect, then what I want you to do is I want you to go and test it out if you haven't already. And if you're thinking, I think it could be a little bit of work that needs to be done here, then that's cool too. I want you just to think about it. Are you articulating what it is you do? Do you even know what it is that you do? Okay. And who is it that you're doing this for? It's not going to be everybody. Remember that it's not going to be everybody. Your work is not for everybody. A magnetic marketing message not only magnetizes perfect fit clients, but it also repels the people who are not perfect for your offers. So that's your assignment now. And I would love to hear from you. Feel free to send me a message. I would love to hear how magnetic your marketing message is. Because remember, in digital marketing, potent messaging is the start of it all. And I hope this short course has been helpful to you to understand how powerful this is. Every time I do this work with my clients, the one thing that they walk away with is like, oh my God, this was so powerful. This is exactly what I needed. And that's how powerful it is. When you've got that messaging right and you feel it in every cell, you feel it in every part of you, then you know that you are going to be fully authentic in the way that you express that. And that is going to make you magnetic, and that is going to help you to attract all those amazing clients. I hope this has been useful to you today, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. Take care.
Hello and welcome to this training. My name is Ken Solomon and I am super excited to help you put together a simple marketing calendar because, oh my God, there are so many people who overcomplicate marketing and I don't want that to happen to you. So if this is your first marketing calendar or like number 100, just think of this as a way to simplify things. This is not something that is kind of quote unquote by the book. This is me trying to simplify things. And basically, I'm sharing with you what I was able to do for myself and for some of my clients. But if something does not work for you, leave it behind. That's totally fine. Take what works for you from this and try to make it your own. Okay? Cool. Now, before we get started and before we dive into that little template that we have for that marketing calendar, I want you to know that when you're putting together a marketing calendar for your business, what you put on that calendar is what you want to happen. But you and I have no idea if this is actually going to happen in the time you want it to happen in or not. We tend to think that we can control time. And I am so sorry to break it to you, but no one can control time, my friend. Time passes and we try to make the most out of it. And with this belief, I was able to forgive myself a lot for so many things because I was like as an overachiever, I usually blame myself for most of the things when things go wrong or when things don't go according to quote unquote plan. So I don't want you to do that for yourself, okay? Be kind to yourself. What we put on our calendars is the stuff that we want to happen, but life will happen. So some things are going to be moved from 1 month to another. Some things may be moved for like 3 months in the future or 6 months in the future, or could be totally scratched off after a few months of planning. And that is totally okay. So just make sure that you have this rule in front of you somewhere when you're putting your calendar, especially if this is your first one. I tend to be over ambitious all the time. I have a lot of offers and I have a lot of ideas. This is something that I'm kind of known for, to be an idea generator. And with that, I tend to clutter my calendars. But now I'm like, okay, I'm going to clutter it. I'm going to add everything that I want to add to it. But I know in my heart that some of these things are not going to be done in that time, and that's okay. Don't get me wrong, like if you can check all the boxes, that'd be great, but I don't want you to strive for perfection. Instead, forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, and use this as a way to just have a bird eye view of what's coming and how you would like it to look like in your business. Okay? Awesome. Now, there are only two things, in my opinion, that you need to put together a simple marketing calendar: your offer or offers, and then content ideas to promote that offer or those offers. It's as simple as that. If you don't have an offer, your any content ideas are not going to help. You need to have an offer in place, even if it's something you are pre-selling. So even if it's an idea that you want people to buy in the future, you can pre-sell that to make sure that people are actually going to buy that. And then when you do so and you're 100% sure that you're going to be creating that offer, you can go ahead and create content. But creating content just for the sake of engaging your people so people don't forget about you until your offer is ready is, in my opinion, a waste of time. You do so much as an entrepreneur and as a digital creator. And with that, we need to prioritize things. So to me, always making sure that my content is promoting my offers is the number one priority when I'm creating content. I am not a person who wants to be on social media 24/7. I don't post to social media regularly, no matter how much I want to like improve that. I still don't post every day of the week, or sometimes I wouldn't post for like 3 or 4 weeks and then come back and post no problem. Because I know the content I put out there has one mission: to nurture my current audience and convert them from followers into buyers and then hopefully into forever fans or raving fans in the future. This is my focus. Again, if this is not speaking to you, that is totally fine. But what we're doing here in this video is having these two things to put together a simple calendar. To me, I always think of the offer. What do I want to promote this week? And then I build my content around that. Like, how can I create content that would do that? Or if I already have content that I created before, how can I recycle and repurpose that content so I'm not creating content 24/7, because this will get me to burnout. I've been burnt out before multiple times, and I do not wish to go there, and I don't want my people to go there too. So I don't want you to go to burnout town. Cool? Awesome. Now, with these two things that you need to put together your simple calendar, there are also daily non-negotiables. Again, daily, in my opinion, doesn't mean every single day. Daily means on the days you are working. So, for example, I don't work on Saturdays. Sometimes I do, but it's an exception. But usually I don't like to work on Saturdays. I like to take Saturdays off. That means that maybe I shouldn't do these things on that day. So if you work 4 days a week, your daily non-negotiables are going to be for those 4 days a week. Got it? To me, there are three things that are non-negotiables every single day in my business, every single day that I'm working. One, I need to get my mindset in order, because if I don't do my mindset check and I open social media and I look around at what everyone else is doing and all the new offers that are arriving in my inbox, I go crazy because I like to buy courses, I like to buy software, I like to buy bundles, I like to I'm always interested in what other people are doing, and sometimes, just like any other human, I fall in the trap of comparison and I get drained, and then my energy goes bye bye, and I cannot get things done. And I know I am not the only one. And that's human. That's okay. We all go through this. So a mindset check-in is very, very important, even if it's for 5 minutes. And by mindset check-in, I'm not asking you to like meditate or visualize. These are great. I do these. I love these. But it's just reminding yourself, why are you doing what you're doing? And what exactly do you need to be doing versus wanting to do what everyone else is doing? So, for example, if I log into my social media on Monday, I know what I need to be doing is posting that start of the week post, talking about my offer, sharing my freebie, and then anything else is an extra. Instead of like going on social media and seeing one person go live, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should go live. And then see another person post a reel, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do a reel. Maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. And before I know it, my energy has gone. Half of the day just went by, and I have no idea what to do. This is really important. Check in with yourself. Why are you doing what you're doing? Make a list that you go through every day before you start working, and check in with yourself. Then sharing your freebie is essential. Share it somewhere, anywhere, on Facebook, on Instagram, send it to your email list, share it in a blog post, share it on Pinterest, send it to someone in your potential customers, like in the messages or anything, but just talk about your free offer at least once anywhere online. It doesn't matter, just make sure you mention it at least once every day you're working. And then sharing a behind the scenes glimpse at least twice per week. This is optional, but to me it's a non-negotiable. I like to keep my people um kind of updated. So for example, if I have a lot on my plate at the moment and I have offers running, I have live experiences that I'm leading and things that I'm organizing and things that I'm a guest for, I like to give my people a glimpse of that by sending a 1 minute voice note or private podcast, or by posting one post telling people like, this week is very busy, here's what I'm working on, blah 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 blah. Could be a post, could be a story, but this needs to happen at least twice a week, so people can see that I'm not only showing up when I have something to sell, that and also can see my human side of things. So if I'm overwhelmed, I share that I am overwhelmed. If I'm stressed, I share that I'm stressed. If I don't want to quote unquote human today, this is what I tell them. Like, today I want to be a couch potato, or today I want to stay in alien mode. I don't want to transform into a human today. That's me, and I like to share that part of me with my people so that they can relate to me as a human and not think of me as someone who looks at them as walking dollar signs. To me, they're beating hearts. That they're people that I really want to serve, and making money from my work is a blessing that I get to have. Again, if this does not speak to you, take what works, leave behind what doesn't. Cool? Okay, now let's jump behind the scenes and let me show you that little template that I created. Yes, you're going to get a copy of this template in the resources with this video. And this is basically a Google Sheet template that you're going to customize and use. And let's see what it's like, and I'll show you an example of how I am using it in the month of June onwards. Thanks for watching. Let's jump behind the scenes. Welcome to behind the scenes. This is my very humble, very minimal calendar template that I have on Google Sheets. And again, the link to this calendar is going to be available in the resources with this lecture. So make sure to find that and make a copy in your Google account. Basically, I have 3 tabs in here. I have my offers and visibility that I'm doing every month. And then I have my content plan every week of every month. And then I have my weekly social media plan. This is not like super duper complicated. I like to keep things simple because one, I have so many offers. I have so many courses and digital products and co-creation experiences and collabs that I do with other people. So I have a lot to fit in 1 month and be able to equally promote all of my products. And 2, I don't have that much time, so I need to be very, very mindful of the type of content I create and how I can repurpose that content in the future. So I usually don't do content every single week of the year. I do content batches. So I would do 7 days in a row of doing YouTube videos and then repurpose those for the next 2 months or something. Or every time I need them, I would just repurpose them, create some reels from them, use them in stories, get them transcribed and like use the transcription as a blog post, and then share that glimpses of that blog post as social media posts as much as possible. So when I'm creating the content, I make it relate to the offer. So that way, every time I'm promoting an offer, I already have content for it. And if I'm promoting an offer that I still don't have content for, this is where I create a content sprint where I create all the content needed to promote that type of offer. So for the rest of the year, every time I'm promoting that offer, I already have the content, so I don't have to worry about it. Yes, I can update that content from time to time, but the focus here is not to get you to create content 24/7 because that is exhausting and not needed. Cool? So this is the Blink template. It starts in June because I'm doing this for the second half of the year, but of course you can add the months you want, no problem. And in here it says week 2, week 3, week 4, week 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I'm doing any events, summits, bundles, this is very important for your visibility. Try to get to become a summit speaker or a bundle contributor or both, or like be interviewed in media, be interviewed in podcasts, get yourself some PR and get yourself some visibility. This is very important. And yes, I will have another video about that very soon in other courses. Then notes is like for anything that's notable, something that I don't want to forget or anything. So this is the offers and visibility part. Once I add my offers that I want to promote each week of the month, I go ahead and go to the content plan. So I know for the product I'm promoting in week 1 of June, I know what content do I already have or do I want to create. And I use that in that week. I'm going to show you the example in just a second, but this is how I do it. So if I have an event, for example, a summit or a bundle in June, I make sure to mention it in here in the content because I will need to send an email about it. I will need to post on social media about it. So it needs to be included in my overall content that week and like in my marketing that week. If I'm interviewed in any sort of media or on a podcast or got featured in a magazine or something, I make sure like to know when this is going to go out so I can make sure to mention it in my content. So I can have an at a glance look at all the content I want to create for June, all the content I want to create for July. And as you're listening, I say I want to create. Sometimes I will already have the content and just repurpose it or reuse it. Sometimes I will want to create that content, but life just won't let me. And sometimes I will just make some changes, move things around, take things from July to October, move things from September back to July for some reason if I change my mind or if some updates happen. The purpose of this is just to have a little bird's eye view at everything that I want to be doing over the next months or more. Cool? Then for social media, I'm trying. This is one of my many, many attempts to do social media a little better. I am trying to like, I made a list here of the places I want to post in. So my Facebook profile, my Instagram posts, Instagram stories, and Instagram reels. and then Pinterest and YouTube, my YouTube channel. Okay, I could add the podcast too, but the podcast to me is not social media. So also, Pinterest and YouTube are actually more of search engines, but still they're counted as social media platforms, and we create content for them. So this is why they're here. So I'm trying to have some themes. My week starts on Sunday, but again, you can change that. If your week starts on Monday, you can switch the days. And even though I don't work on Saturdays, sometimes I want to share what I'm doing on the weekend with everyone so people can see again the human side of me. Not everything is just business, 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 business. And this is completely optional for you, of course. Now you see the blank template. Now you know you're going to you know how to use it. Let me show you a real example. So if we go here, this is my actual calendar for June, July, August, and September. I have some stuff that are already ready. I already have those like with dates, and some months are still completely blank, and some months this is what I want to be promoting. But for example, for the summits, I don't have summits every single month of the year. And this is one of my goals this year, to be in a summit or a bundle every month of the year until the end of the year. And I'm working on that. So also interviews in media. I don't have any future interviews scheduled after June, so I need to get on some podcasts. This is how I know. Like this is how I know where do I need, like what do I need more of, and when do I need to have that. And everything in here, all the offers that you see in here are just me wanting to promote those on those specific time slots, but that does not mean that I'm going to be able to. We agreed to that in the previous video. So for June, first week, I have something called the Epic Course Kit. This is a course that shows people how to create courses for marketplaces. And by a private launch, I mean I am only launching this to my email list and not publicly, not on social media, not to new people, but to people who are a certain segment of my email list who already know enough about me to be able to be ready to join this. Okay. In the second week, I have a $9 workshop. The third week, I have my Collab Club anniversary. The Collab Club is a co-creation experience that I run, and it's turning 1 in June 2023. So I'm running an anniversary sale. Then week number 4, I have a one-on-one offer where we co-create a course together and we co-author an audiobook together, self-publish those and sell them to the world and share the profits. So this is one-on-one collab magic. And again, I have an offer about that on the last week of June. Then I have a summit already I'm speaking at in June, and I have a media podcast interview with someone who interviewed me, one of my idols, and that episode goes live in June 13th. It's already recorded. I just need to make sure to mention it and promote it the right way. Then in here, if I have like extra work that I need to be to keep in mind, I add that in here. So this is what you see here. I have some one-on-one collabs with some clients. I have audiobook collab with my Collab Club members, and so on and so forth. So let's take June as an example. First week of June, I need to promote the Epic Kit private launch. That means I need to have content that talks about course creation. So if I go to the first week of June in the content plan, we will find repurpose YouTube videos course creation. I already have YouTube videos about that talk about my course creation journey and the importance of marketplace courses. So I will just repurpose those in the first week of June. That means I'm not going to be creating new content in the first week of June. Then if we come back here, we have the $9 workshop. Then second week in June here, I will have a podcast episode that says quick and easy way to create highly engaging courses. And I'm going to feature 2 of my $9 workshops, the Engage and Delight one and the Printables to Courses one. See how this is going? I decide the content based on the offer I'm promoting for that specific week. Then week 3, we have the Collab Club anniversary. What content do I need? Week 3, I will need a YouTube video. I'm going big this third week of June because this is a huge event for me. So I'm creating a YouTube video, I'm recording a podcast, and I'm creating a new freebie to promote that, to launch that to the world because I'm opening doors to the Collab Club. So I need to have enough content that talks about the Collab Club that gets people to be interested in joining and get them to actually join during the anniversary sale. Then week number 4, my one-on-one collab magic. What content do I need for that? If I come here, yeah, I need to create a YouTube video on how to grow faster with course collabs to explain like the entire process and then talk about the offer, and a podcast episode about the easiest way to get your students to students and clients actual results. Again, this has to do with my one-on-one collab magic offer. So the call to action in both of these will be promoting that offer. So every week, I know I'm promoting this, then I'm creating this. I am promoting that, then I am creating that. That way, I try to eliminate as much decision fatigue as possible because it's exhausting to try to think of new content ideas every single time. Okay, and when I create those, for example, this one for the collab club, every time I'm opening doors to the collab club again, I will just reshare those. So I'm creating those once, then I'm gonna reshare them and repurpose them to save time in the future when I'm opening doors to that specific offer. Then for the summit, in here I have the summit on the 12th. So that means it's in the second and third week. That means I need to start promoting it earlier than that. So I have a promo email that I need to send and a promo social media post and promo social media story. Now I know the types of content I need to be creating for everything. You see how this is going? Coming up with the ideas stems from knowing what the offer is. That's it. What is your offer? When do you want to promote it in the month? And then what content can you create in your favorite way of creating content? Like, I love creating YouTube videos, I love creating podcasts. But if you like writing articles or blog posts, do that. If you like only writing emails and sending emails, do that. The format of your content is not the important part. The important part is deciding the content idea itself and the main points you're going to go through and deciding when that piece of content should go live in order to promote that certain offer. This is how I see it, and this is how it's working for me. Okay? So, as you can see, the same goes for July and August. So, for July, I have the Epic Kit Summer Sale. Again, I'm going to be using and repurposing the same videos, or I could update and I'm going to share one video that I already recorded before but not published yet, but I have this recorded already about the power of Udemy as a way to send emails to people, and I'm sharing them with them behind the scenes, and the call to action is going to be the summer sale for the Epic Kit. I already have that, so it's going to just be published. Second week of July, we have an audiobook collab bundle. So in here, I'm going to be talking on my podcast and YouTube about how I became an author on my own terms and what it taught me. And like what did I do to self-publish audiobooks? And then I'm going to promote the audiobook bundle. You see how this is going? I really hope this is getting you inspired and excited. Then comes the, like, I don't want to say least favorite part, but this is the part where honestly I struggle with the most still, to be 100% transparent. This is the social media part. So, in order for me to not stress over social media, I decided to do theme days for my social media and to stick to the easiest way for me to create social media content, which is stories. You will see me on stories every day, but posting to profile on Facebook or Instagram takes time. Deciding when to post on YouTube or Pinterest or when to do a reel is still not the main focus for me. But to me, the easiest way I can create content for social media is 15 seconds on stories. So I decided to have a theme for each day of the week. So on Sunday, I share behind the scenes of my planning sessions because usually I plan on Sundays. And then I share behind the scenes of my life during the weekend. How does it look like? The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you want to share and whatever you want to, like, you feel comfortable sharing. I don't share things that are too personal, just things that I'm really okay with sharing. And it's different from one person to another. Then I add a little poll every weekend. So something like, are you playing or working today? What was the last book you read? What are you reading if you're reading this weekend? Do you have any movie suggestions? Something like that to connect on a human level. Then thought of the day. This is me sharing my crazy thoughts. This could be me literally covering the camera with my finger to just have a black screen and recording my audio, or just typing something. Okay? Same like for every day of the week. You'll see here week start behind the scenes, what's on my list for the week, like things I want to do, events that are happening this week, collab of the day because I have a lot of collaborations. I co-created like over 40 something courses by now. We're so close to 50 courses by now. And we are doing audiobook number 2 right now. So we have 2 collab audiobooks and I have 2 more coming. So I have a lot of collaborations and I want to mention them and highlight them for my followers every day of the week and I can. And the easiest way for me to do that is using stories and mentioning the accounts of my co-creators or my collab queens as I like to call them. Then Tuesdays and Wednesdays are actually the days where I host co-working calls for my community and where I have my one-on-one client calls. So yes, I do offer one-on-one client calls because I offer mentoring, and I make sure that all of my Zoom meetings are always on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That way I have more space during the week. Sometimes it's an exception that I would take a call on Thursday, but mostly it's just Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So on stories, I want to share behind the scenes of what's going on in the co-working call. If we're enjoying it, what are we doing? What are we working on? And then I also, from the one-on-one client calls, I like to have a little story to tell people. So what did I celebrate with my client today? Or what was the biggest aha moment we had during the call today? Or what was the funniest thing about the call today? Something like that. And then I talk about the offer of the week. I share it on stories. Again, where do I know the offer of the week? Yes, you got it in here. So if it's the third week of June, I'll talk about Collab Club on Tuesday. You see how this is going? I'm trying to lay it out and simplify it for myself. Okay? And again, you can do the same for yourself and tweak it however fits you, your values, your needs, your offers, and your business. It's just a simple, just delete what's available and switch it to something else. Of course, you're going to get like the blank template, but this is how to make the most out of that template. So it's as simple as that. When I have ideas for Instagram Reels that would match what I'm doing, I would add those in here. Or I would simply just start another sheet, another tab in the same sheet with like Instagram Reels ideas, Instagram Reel inspiration, YouTube video ideas, and I would add all of my ideas in here if I want to. But usually because I'm a paper planner girl, I like to write my ideas down like with a pen and paper. So I write them in my paper planner, not digitally. But this needs to be visually in front of me here digitally to check every day of the week. So I really hope that now you're ready to use this blank template. You are going to find the link again in the resources with this video. And of course, by now you have like a bajillion questions like, where do I start? What do I do? Start with whatever is available. If you have one offer, then start with that. If you don't have any offer at all, start on working on an offer first before you think about anything else, because your marketing needs to lead to sales so that you can make an income so that your business can grow. And in order for it to do that, you need to have at least one offer. So start with the offer and then come up with content ideas that would promote that offer. We can talk about content forever. I could talk for hours about like what type of content or what content ideas would work best, but that's for another video. That's not for today. Today, your focus is to just get that simple marketing calendar going. Okay, that's why I have a little adventure for you. I want you to create your simple marketing calendar for just 1 week ahead. Just next week. Try to make a calendar for next week for your offer and your content and your social media content. And I would be forever grateful if you can share it with me in the Q&A section, even if it's a glimpse, even if it's a screenshot and you like blur some stuff on it if you want to, if you don't want to share details. Because one, I want you to do this. Two, I want to celebrate you. And three, you are going to be inspiring so many people by doing this and get them to also get motivated to take action and create their calendars. That way, my friend, we all win. Thank you so much for watching this. I cannot wait to see what you create out of this, and I'll speak to you soon. So, after everything you learned in this course, you might be thinking, now what? I learned all of this. Where do I go next? What's my next step? Like, I know it. I am a chronic overthinker too, hence my mug that you can see right there on the slide. So I just wanted to have this video to guide you on what your next steps need to be, because learning something new is just the start, not the end. So just because you finished the course kinda right now, that doesn't mean that this is the end of something. This is the start of you actually implementing that course. So here's what you can do to make sure that you're on the right path moving forward after finishing the course today. The first thing you need to do is to write down any action steps you need to take. So in everything that you learned here today in this course, are you going to try something? Are you going to do something? Are you going to write down some like bullet points of everything that you learned, take some notes? Like, what do you want to do? Are there things that you need to plan after finishing the course today? Make sure you write everything down on a piece of paper without making it pretty or anything. Just jot everything down on a piece of paper so you don't forget, and then we will like choose the easiest one to start with. So if it's like trying something and it's going to take you like 5-10 minutes, go ahead and do that and try that. If it's something that you want to write, it's like a to-do list or a to create list or something like that, also it could take you a few minutes to start. Think which of the things that you just wrote is going to be the easiest one to start with, and then you don't have to do everything in one day. Just make sure that you know what to do and then assign those tasks of like over the upcoming days. Then I want you to make a list of any questions you may have about this course and post them in the Q&A section. Steve Jobs used to say, and this is one of the most incredible quotes I've ever heard in my life, he said, if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. So if you think you do have a question, but you're like too shy to share, or you think it's so stupid, please don't hesitate to post that question, because when you post a question to the Q&A section, you're not just helping yourself, you are also helping other people who may be shy or afraid to ask that question, and you're going to be able to help them without like doing any extra effort. You'll ask the question, I'll be more than happy to answer it, and that question and that answer is going to be serving so many other students who are already in the course or going to join that course in the future, thanks to you taking action and asking your questions. And I don't care how many questions you may have, if it's one question or 100 questions, I'm here for it. I actually love answering questions so much. Cool? Okay. Then I also, if you do or don't have questions, I want you to share what you learned in this course in like the form of bullet points, or share your biggest aha moment that you got out of the course, or share at least one thing you learned in this course today. Again, you are doing this to, 1, celebrate yourself, 2, help others who will like see what you posted, and they will either get interested in finishing the course if they haven't already, so you are going to give them that boost of encouragement, or it's going to give them like your aha moment could inspire someone else to think the same or take action on something, and you're going to be helping other people and inspiring other people just by sharing what you learned and how this experience was for you. And of course, I'll come there and celebrate you. I'll be super happy and super proud of you even more. Like, I'm proud of you right now, but I'll be more proud when you do that. And yeah, it's going to support so many people. Then this is a little challenge, and I really want to know what you're going to do with this. Add an event to your calendar for just 10 to 15 minutes twice per week over the next 30 days to implement what you learned in this course. This is where the action starts. The learning ended, and I want you to take action now. So let's see how much action can you add into your calendar over the next 30 days. And when you take action, you can see the true value of everything you learned here, because without action, information is just information, right? And I don't want you to learn something and not take a chance on taking action on it and see where it can take you. So please try for the next 30 days. If 30 days sounds like too much, start with 7 days or 5 days. Just dedicate 10 to 15 minutes twice per week, or maybe like if it's 5 days, then twice over those 5 days, to implement the things that you learned in this course, to make sure that because when you are implementing, you may have another question, or you may face a little challenge. This is where you ask for support, and this is where I support you even more. Okay? Then I also want you to get your certificate of completion. It's actually available for you when you finish the course completely. So go ahead and get that. And I want you to do something for fun. Create a folder on your phone or on your laptop or computer and call it a ta-da folder. This is like ta-da when you're celebrating something that you've finished, and add your certificate to that folder. And of course, add any other thing that you're celebrating that you've finished. You will be surprised at the end of this year of how much you actually accomplished, and you're going to be in so good energy. And every time you feel down or frustrated, you may want to check that ta-da folder, because it's going to make you feel great about yourself. So if you haven't got a ta-da folder, please go ahead and start one, and let me know in the Q&A section if you did, okay? Because I'd really want to celebrate that. So when you get that certificate of completion, just screenshot it or download it and put it on there to celebrate your completion of this course, that you actually finished something. And may that ta-da folder be filled by the end of the year with some amazing accomplishments from you. Then I want you to make a list of the next 3 things you want to learn after what you learned here today, and set a date to start a new learning adventure, because there is no finish line when it comes to learning something. You are on a journey to mastery, to increase your skills, to grow more as a person, to be more of who you are and who you want to be. So the learning will never stop, and it's okay to be a forever student. We all are, and that's really okay. And I want you to okay, now that I learned this in this course today, what do I want to learn next? And like try to limit it at 3 for now because you don't want to get overwhelmed. And if you want to share what skills are you like planning to learn next in the Q&A section, that'd be amazing. It would inspire me and everyone else too, and it's going to be so helpful. And don't forget to come and celebrate with us in the Q&A section, please. I would love to celebrate you, throw on some virtual confetti over you for finishing the course, because 4 out of 100 people who take an online course actually finish the course. So you're watching this right now, you're part of those 4%. And that's amazing, and that is so worth celebrating. So if you finish the course, go ahead, come to the Q&A section, say, hey, I finished the course, everyone. I'm so proud, I'm so happy, and I will be more than happy to celebrate you on there. Cool? Awesome. Thank you so much for taking part of this course. Thank you for taking action on yourself and on your dreams, and I cannot wait to see you in upcoming learning adventures together.